Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Ohio and American Life Farming. Today we're going to be doing some work with the animals. We've got, we need to refill the feeder because last game day our cows were basically left with no food at all. Thankfully we had enough sitting there ready to feed them, but what it has done is it has completely emptied the feeding area. So I'm going to refill this and we're going to get some more hay in here. We're going to tip this out into it as well. So let's empty that out. And then what I'm also going to do is we didn't get to cut the last two fields. What happened was the rain came in and it would have meant that we would have lost most of the grass. So as much as I would love to have had this done early summer, or late summer, sorry, we weren't able to do it. So we're going to set this cutting our remaining two fields with courseplay, and then we will get the windrower going with courseplay after that's finished, and we can basically come in with our trailer and clear up later. At the moment though, I don't want to spend another video really covering the cutting of this, so I'm gonna go and get this set up and then we're gonna load up some more hay into our feed mixer. It takes roughly 10 of these full buckets in order to fill up the hay section of this. Now I could set it up very much like we have it set up with the silage, where we've got a conveyor pulling it out and filling up the trailer and everything, but we have a little bit of an issue there with the size of the trailer. Our Fendt Tiger, which we're using at the moment because I'm trying not to buy another trailer, that holds 42,000 litres. As you can see, it's currently sitting there full and we do need to get it emptied, whereas this is kind of running quite nicely and giving us a good little journey back and forth. Yes, it takes a little bit of fuel to do this, but it's something that works fairly well for us on here. We're going to have a full thing of animal feed at the end of it, so we should be able to get our cows fed again by the end of the day. And this is the thing, we have so many cows and the feeding of them is so relentless that it just takes a huge amount of time to keep them fed. It works fairly well for us with this feed mixer because of how well it works, and we currently have 83,000 litres sitting in there. It goes up to 90,000 litres, I think. So we are filling this up and it will eventually pop down a little bit. We do need to put a little bit more straw in as well, as you can see. It takes a lot less straw to do this, probably about half as much straw, as it has a mixing ratio of about 2/5, 2/5 and a fifth in this, so it uses about half as much straw as it does of the other ingredients, but it keeps us going, and it means that we basically just fill up our big trailer every so often and feed the cow, which is the easiest way of doing it than refilling a mixing wagon on a regular basis. The last bucket that we need to put into here, and I've not even got 1,000 litres. It's only 20. It's just this is going to be just under. When I left it was 29,000 and a bit. Now it's 28,000 a bit, but that is close enough to the 30,000 litres we need in there. We only have 2,000 litres in the straw, so what I'm going to do is grab a couple of stacks of 2 bales and do that. In fact, the first stack I'm going to grab is going to be of 3 bales because we have an odd bale. I don't think, yeah, my bucket is not fully closed. There we go, drop that off and we'll get our bales packed. We've still got a couple of bits hanging around the farm that we don't need. We've got the bag lifter, which we don't need that anymore because we're not using the bags because we found that they weren't quite working with our setup. And the other being the square bale grab the large one. I found that it's the way we're handling bales and things on here, it's absolutely not necessary. We can run them far better by taking stacks like this. Now take that down. Found a stack of 3 on this is actually fairly stable in comparison to the stacks of 4 I was trying to do before. And I actually ended up unloading them like that from the trailer when I was getting all of these in. Now, we've got to be careful because we're going quite a speed and we don't want these flying off the front, especially when we have bumps like that. But we should be all good. Bring it in. And the top 2 will disappear. And then we just lay the bottom one on the top. And that gives us 14,000. We want another 2, and that will do us for now. That will be more than enough straw for mixing more feed for the cows. Because, yeah, they're going to need it by the end of today, amazingly. Second set of straw bales in. And there we go. 18,000, should be 22,000. Another 2 bales would do it, but I want to keep fairly even stacks on our actual setup. And yeah, that is looking really good now. Very, very happy with that. And I think what I'm going to do is take our 4440 off this trailer here. Because there's not much I can do with this at the moment. Yeah, we've got 11,000 litres of silage. And even if I empty that, that takes me down to 9,000. Hopefully, by the time we need to use this trailer later, this will all be done. But I need to go and hook up to my windrower. And we can go and windrow up what our mower's been doing. So windrower is over here. Back this up. There we go. Get that all hooked up. And yeah, it's a case of we got to leave the forage wagon there and do this a little bit less efficiently now in order to get that forage wagon emptied into the feeding machine, the feeding mixer, and be in a good place for it. And so now I've gone around and cleared up the headlands and got them all rowed up. Our mower is still working through the rest of the field, and in fact I'm going to go and put this tractor and our windrower more down that end, ready for doing that work later. But with this, with that all nicely rowed up, we still need to get the forage wagon emptied and done. So I want to get the headlands on this collected up before we go any further. So we'll leave this on the side of the road here, and we're going to head back to our telehandler. And what I want to do with this is drop off the bale spike and grab our bucket, and we're going to try and clear up our silage clamp a bit. We've got an area that we know we're going to be working in, and where we're going to be putting all of this grass that we're currently cutting. But the silage clamp to the side of it has an issue where we have a lot of chaff just sticking to the sides that's never got covered and never got done. And if we bring this down here and come down to the side, we should be able to get this up in our bucket. And looking at the amount that we took just then, it's an awful lot that we've got at the sides there. So I'm going to just put this down in here and add it to the chaff we've already got elsewhere. Now we do have that big pile of grass sitting there that I need to deal with as well. But getting all of this down and clearing this up and making a huge amount of this useful again is definitely something I want to sort. Now, can we get this grass as well? Is the other thing. If we can get the grass out of here and get that coming back in as chaff. Oh, I picked up a tiny bit of chaff. So let's just put that down. Right, there. And I want to make sure, absolutely sure, that I get the grass. There we go. So it's not a It's not a massive pile of grass that has been dumped there, but we can dump it back in here and it will dump back in as chaff as a result, and that just cleans things up and means that this this odd little patch of grass we have kicking around, well, this odd little pile of grass we have kicking around in here, we can just clear up, and it means we won't have a problem later on. Right, so I still don't quite know why my forage trailer dumped this little bit, just this little pile in here as grass. It was a little bit odd. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the issues at the edge of this. But there we go. That is pretty much all fixed. There's a tiny little bit of it at the far end, but hopefully that isn't going to cause us any problems. So yeah, I keep trying to clear this stuff off the edge a bit. There's actually a lot more here than it looks. We've got this quite a way along our back, along this wall now, and it's been a few journeys back and forth. You can see from the tyre tracks that it's been quite a bit of back and forth, and there's quite a bit of chaff sitting along that wall there. Just extend the arm. There we go. Yeah, it is quite a large amount of chaff that we've got sitting along these walls here. I think we've gone about, yeah, halfway back, so that's pretty good. We've got a similar sort of amount to do this side, although it's not quite as wide on the other side to clean up. But hopefully now we're going to have seen this go down a bit. This is full. This has got another 90,000. That has only gone down by 2,000. So what we're going to have to do is grab this. And I don't know if we'll be able to tip this back into our silage clamp. If we can, that will be great, because that will allow me to reuse this later. If I can't, then what we'll have to do is feed the cows with it, and you know, it will feed the cows perfectly well. It's just better and a little more efficient if we're using the forage, the mixed ration, to do it. You know, it takes us well, 2/5 of this to do that, rather than what we have here. So let's just back this into here and see if this will take it. Should do. And it will. Yeah, there we go. So we'll just put this in here, and then our conveyor will pick that up next time. In the meantime, we can head out to the field now and get ourselves the first load for today back into our silage clamp. And coming up to our field, it looks like our other bit has just finished. Our mower has just finished, so that's brilliant. What we'll do is we'll stop that working in a moment. There we go. Don't know what was happening there. We've got an oddity going on here at the moment. I think this is map level 1, where it's got carrots flying about when we're picking up grass. I don't know if you guys saw that last video, but yeah, we've got the same. We've got that happening with our forage trailer, which is really, really weird. There we go. And we'll just stop this. So stop driver. And then we can move this out of the way. And I think I'll go get this refilled and over onto field 10. And now our mower is off and running on field 10. So that's perfect. We are picking up the grass on here. And as a result, we're basically going to be doing roughly what we were doing last video. So I'm going to get these 2 fields cleared out. But our cows are now fully fed and all done, and next time we'll need to give a little bit of TLC to these grass fields, once they have been fully cleared of their grass. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here, so all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.